We're back at 8:30. I'm Bryant Gumbel, along with Jane Pauley. Clive Davis is a man who fell from grace in the record business. But as Boyd Mattson reports this morning on the record, Davis survived scandal, proved a few people wrong, and has reemerged as a man to reckon with in the world of music.
Good morning, everybody. Clive Davis has had no formal musical training. He doesn't sing or play an instrument. Yet he has been one of the most influential people in the record business for the past 15 years. Like I said, Clive Davis doesn't sing. He does, however, know what a hit song should sound like. As the founder and president of Arista Records, it has proved to be a more valuable talent than singing.
We do the full chorus similar to the first time it appears, rather than what it was the second. And that's it. And I think it's a great, another great Jim Steinman song. Let's listen to it.
A Davis specialty is to match songs and producers with singers to record hit records.
If an artist doesn't come up with a hit single, we'll submit songs to that artist, and say we would ask them to record it.
Two of Barry Manilow's biggest hits were songs he didn't write, Mandy and I Write the Songs. He sang them because Davis wanted him to. It's a controversial role for a record company president, but that's the Davis style. It's a style that's also produced hits for artists like Melissa Manchester, Air Supply, and Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick's very verbal that she didn't love Heartbreaker. Well, it helped her sell 2 million copies around the world.
Davis's track record of success began in 1967. Back then, as president of CBS Records, he sensed a revolution in music and signed up artists such as Santana, Janis Joplin, Blood, Sweat and Tears, and Chicago. Those sounds ushered in an unprecedented boom in record sales. But what was new in 67 was old in 77, and according to Davis, radio went with the old and almost killed the record business.
Album-oriented rock stations fell in love with golden oldies of Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones, and music was not allowed by the restrictive radio programming policies to proliferate and show how vital it is until this year. And now it's beginning to show it, and it's like the shackles are off, and once again you find new names coming to hound the adult population.
Without limousines and nightlife, the record business might be just another assembly line job. Davis knows the difference and uses all the tools. This Hollywood party featured stars like Dionne Warwick and Jermaine Jackson. The gathering was a Davis innovation to introduce one of his newest singers, Whitney Houston. Leading songwriters and producers on the West Coast turned out for this showcase. The attraction was the Davis name. The purpose was to interest some of those well-known writers and producers in working with the unknown Houston. The less glamorous duties of a record executive include regular meetings with the accountants and lawyers back in New York to argue over budgets.
Yes, you've got to concern yourself with economic situation. Yes, you've got to determine at the beginning of a year how much money you're going to be spending on new artists or the signing of new artists. But on the other hand, you've got to know that you're in the creative business and that things can change overnight. And this is not the tire or the bean or the automobile business. This is music.
And listening to the music is how Davis spends 75% of his time. Once a week, he has the Arista management listen with him. It's the last evaluation before a record goes to the public. From their reaction at this meeting, it appears big things will be expected from a Manfred Mann song.
Do you have artists that are good musically, good songwriters, and excellent performers that never make it, and you wonder why?
Sure, every artist I've signed that hasn't made it.
Davis has always assumed a far more active role than most record company presidents. That's why he was a pioneer in the 60s. It's also why he has survived into the 80s to help lead a resurgence in record sales.
With all the hoopla that's gone on in the last year, that video games would replace music and computers would replace music and records were on their way out, or tapes, it's turned out to be total hogwash. Music is unique. Music is special. Music has a very individual meaningful role in society, not only to youth, but to the 25 to 50 age bracket as well. And we have not only survived, but we're flourishing now.
For today, Boyd Mattson, NBC News, Los Angeles.